You are now live. I need you. I breathe you. You make my heart blue. Y'all gonna learn to love my voice. That's what's gonna happen. Y'all gonna learn to love my voice. You know, I was singing. I posted a post today on Woman Crush Wednesday, and I posted that. There goes my baby. You don't know how good it feels to call you my girl. There goes my baby. Loving everything you do. Ooh, girl, look at you. I heard that shit. I ain't mad at it either. I'll make sure I deliver the message. On my back. I accepted on my thought. Make sure y'all can hear me on the live as well, by the way.
A lot of lies being told in here at the dinner table today.
I didn't lie about one thing.
Lies being
I didn't
told at the
lie
dinner
about
table
one
today.
thing.
It's a lot of lies being told at the dinner table today. But how are you, my friend?
I'm well. Yo. Welcome to the All Done Podcast. I'm DJ J Shakes, the chosen one. That's my brother Tracy. Tracy, how you doing?
It's another Wednesday, happy to be here for the family. Chopping it up with my guy, another day, another dollar. So what we got tonight?
Facts. We got a few interesting topics tonight.
Wait. So no one's gonna learn to love your voice. Just gotta nip that in the bud. You're my friend, and I love you, but it ain't gonna go down that way. So
Listen, as long as my lady love it, as long as the future Miss Gay would love it, that's all that matters.
don't quit your day job.
One day I will be able to.
Pursuit of a singing career.
It might be for some other type of entertainment, like you. Sure. That's the problem. See, we ain't got friends. Whatever. We'll talk about that later. Friends in our corner.
No doubt.
We'll speak on it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but what we talking about? I heard we didn't talk about this together, but I'm gonna bring it up. I heard Jamie Foxx is on the road to recovery or something like that.
I did. I heard that. I heard a lot of it was speculation. The way from what I seen, from what his daughter was coming out and saying, there was a lot of rumors and stuff, which is why for the public, man, let's not jump out there. If they say the man's sick, send your prayers and give people time to recover and take care of their family business. Everything you don't gotta post everything, right? Don't TMZ it.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, they say he checked into a rehab in Chicago or something like that. And on the world to doing better. So there's that aspect of it. So I just wanted to throw that out there. But yeah, one thing we talked about or said we would discuss is 50 Cent. 50 Cent, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenya Barris, all coming together to try to buy B.E.T. What do you think? How do you think that's going to go over?
I think it was cool. I think I seen an interesting take maybe from, I think it was Jay Morrison, who was like, he was kind of talking about who would be the leader if this partnership was to come to fruition, and who would make the big decisions. And I think I love Brother Jay Morrison, but I think the premise of that concept is one that I think we need to get away from, right? Mm-hmm. Because I think all three of those gentlemen have been successful in their own right in many different avenues. And so I think it would be dope if those three people who have been successful in the entertainment business to team up and take over a network that's supposed to be, for us, by us. So I think that would be dope. And as far as who would make the big decision, I think Black people, you can come together and make decisions collectively. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
I actually think it'll work out because it's not like it's four of them, it's three of them. So, it'll never be an even vote. Somebody will win, somebody will lose, somebody will, it's just what it is. So, yeah, so there's that. I think
it seems simple enough, but while I might not agree totally with Jay Morrison's point, we've seen where we get Black people together, and it should be as simple as, hey, here's a vote. These people won, these people lost, moving on. And it's, unfortunately, it doesn't always work out that way.
I think them being businessmen, it would work out that way, to be honest with you. Yeah, I think it will. So shout out to them. Shout out to them doing that. That's fire. Uh, yeah,
Belated Mother's Day too. Shout out to all the mothers. I don't think we said that last week.
yeah. Happy Mother's Day. I hope y'all enjoyed. Oh, my anniversary passed last week. Speaking of Mother's Day and celebration, so shout out to that. 2 years, 2 solid years, and we've been
Congratulations to my man's and the love of his life.
love of my life.
Well, no, I knew you were gonna do that. I knew. Okay, I knew you
Yeah,
were
yeah,
gonna do
yeah.
that.
No,
Yeah.
she's she's something. You know, yeah, for sure. She matches my energy, and she makes me want to be better. And that's all we look for. I actually one time I watched a documentary about people with near death, and somebody said when they came back, they said they realized it's more so like we're all plugs and just looking for the right socket that connects us. And I mean, their ultimate point was the right socket is Jesus, but I think that boils down even more to you're looking for our other half maybe, or maybe some of us are whole already.
A plug or socket, whatever one you want to take, brother. So thank
Neither
you for
one.
that.
I listen. I'm not. I don't subscribe to those type of parties.
Don't make it
Nah,
weird.
you
Don't make
definitely
it
made it
weird.
made it
Don't
weird
make
when
it.
you
Don't make
said
it.
that, bro.
Don't make it weird.
I
Don't
don't.
make it
I'm no
weird.
one's plug or socket. I'm not. No.
Don't make it
No.
weird, bro. Don't make it
No.
weird.
Yeah. So yeah, there's that. Now we celebrated. We had a good time. We enjoy each other's company. So there's that. Stuff. Shout out to her. She's dope. What else we said we was going to talk about? It was I. So for some reason it didn't make major news, but you sent it to me. So I'm gonna let you take over on this one about the march and on Mother's Day because we said Mother's Day now.
Oh yeah. So on Sunday in DC, I believe there was a group. I believe they're classified as a white supremacist group. I mean, these types of things happen so often or often enough in the country that it's kind of hard to keep up with. So on Sunday, a white supremacist group in DC did a march. They were walking around DC carrying signs like, Reclaim America, upside down American flags, New Strong Nation, that type of thing. And so, I don't know if me and my brother really disagree in regards to our feelings about things like this, but I like to bring it up for the audience and for people that are always like, man, racism don't exist no more. We don't got to worry about this no more. And so for me, it's just when you see it, I don't know if it was hundreds, but it was definitely probably about 100,
Yeah.
people out, no masks. They had masks on, sunglasses, face protected, and they were marching for, their ideologies. And so my only goal in this podcast in regards to racism is to make sure my people are aware.
Yeah, definitely. My thoughts on that is it's their legal right. They're allowed to. So there's nothing we can do to stop it. The only thing I think about is though whenever I see that stuff, it always brings me to the late Jerry Springer. Maybe he had the KKK on the show a few times, and then one time one of them was like, "What if I told you I got your mother in my trunk right now?" And Jerry Springer snatched up the glasses and jumped up in his face, and that's what I think about. Clown shit is what I think about when I see stuff like that. Because what are you taking back? Yeah. They're grasping. They're grasping. These white supremacists are grasping because numbers are changing, and they're no longer going to be the majority. But the question I have would be, what are you scared of? Since you're scared of not being the majority anymore. Are you scared minorities are treated wrong?
I would say it's not so much majority minority, because when you look at this and take it to a global scale, racism, you have plenty of countries, and we don't got to get into it too because I know how offended people can get. But there are countries that are predominantly minority, quote unquote, but they're dominated by racism, white supremacy. So it's not a numbers game when we start to talk about racism, right? We're talking about a group, in some cases, a small group of people that are dominating and making the rules.
Yeah, no. So yeah, like I said, they have the right to march. Let's keep it respectful. Let's keep it peaceful. Because we ain't our ancestors, so we give it up however you want to give it up, and that's what it comes down to. I'm not threatening anybody. I'm just saying. So what do you think we do? Do we meet them halfway? Like, yo, what y'all want to do? Do we just say? Do we ignore them? Do we?
You get aware. Number one, you don't bury your head in the sand, because I know a lot of people like to do that because it's scary. I understand. And then you get on code, right? Because if we got the code, then that will protect us, right? So when I see you in the street in DC and you see me in the street in DC, and then we see this group of individuals walking, eye contact, we know, like, listen, we got the same, we here with this, and no matter which way it goes, I got you and you got me.
Morant gonna protect me.
I mean, my man carries a big stick, so he carries a big stick.
So as we mentioned that brother's in the news again.
Yeah, another guy for the Memphis Grizzlies in the news again.
And it's quite simple, you know. The initially, Ja Morant, you know, he was videoed in the club with a gun on him, and he was suspended from the NBA and all that other fun stuff. And he came back, made an apology, saying that doesn't depict who I am, and you know, I'm gonna show y'all who the real Ja Morant is, and which was cool. Everybody was like, cool, you know, people make mistakes, we forgive you. And then he was just videoed again in the car with the blicky in his hand, listening to the young boy, and.
It's young boy's fault, bro.
It's not young boy's fault. It's not young boy's fault because I've listened to a few young boy songs and I don't want to flash the blicky on Instagram. And I think he's a fucking idiot for that. Like, not over for that, he's an idiot.
That's the point.
I mean, that's how I feel. I've seen a lot of different stances on it. I've read people comments like, "Oh well, you know, he's not breaking any laws. He's not breaking any laws. He's not hurting anybody. He's not a criminal. He just has his gun. It's his right to have his gun. This, that, and the third." So, me?
How you feel about that standpoint? That stance on it?
I feel like that is an idiotic moment. So I'm not gonna call him an idiot because that's disrespectful. So no disrespect to Ja, but that's an ignorant moment right there. And
in his statement, he would say, I made a mistake. I know I disappointed a lot of people. Here's my problem, though, right? Because it goes back to, if everyone's being judged equally, and correct me if I'm wrong, I listened to Adam Silver kind of talk about it during the pre-draft, whatever, who was going to get the draft lottery a couple nights ago. And his main point was, he's got he's a role model, and God forbid something happened, right? If he hurt himself or hurt somebody else or hurt himself. My point would be, if those are the only things, let the punishment fit the crime. And that's what I would warn people when it starts to come to penalizing people that look like us. The punishment should fit the crime. If we have a moral, right, controversial, this is not what we want the NBA brand to represent, which I don't know if that's necessarily, if we want to get into the NBA brand. And
no, let's get into it, because we're talking about it. What do you mean?
So the NBA brand has had stain after stain after stain after stain, and many of those people still are employed. And for a while, we had owners. I want to get into Mr. Sterling for quite some time.
I think we touched on Sterling last week or the week before, something like that.
We got him out of there, but there had been accusations for a number of years, according to
but was it as public? Was it as blatant in your face?
I think. Well, what are we talking about? Blatant in your face? He was one of the sole proprietors of a professional basketball team, and the people that worked for him had said it was commonly known. And I think also we can get into stuff that's going on with the last Suns owner. I think they got a new owner now, if I'm not mistaken, but their previous owner had some controversial issues. And so I'm just saying, who's the role model?
The person who's out in front of it, and that's where he don't get the pass, because I don't be on Sterling's Instagram, or I don't even know who the Suns owner is or the Suns son. I don't know none of that. I know who Ja Morant is, and I bet you the average child know who Ja Morant is. And you know, that's like I said, bro. Like even if we got that much of a problem with the way it's run, then you know, start your own league, start your own, you know,
Shout out to Ice Cube.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ice Cube.
I mean, you know, like I said, no, he didn't break a law, but like I said, we have. I say this a lot. You know, you guys know I coach. I coach a football team. We got it in the player's contract where we can dismiss you for conduct detrimental to the team, and that's conduct detrimental to the team. And then absolutely, you have an image to uphold. You got to carry yourself a certain way. That's in your contract. So, and that's really what it comes down to, because now you're under contract. We're paying you to make sure you look like this, and this.
Okay, so let me ask you this. This was another point I want to bring up on the subject is there a point where that can go too far? Is there a fine line where you're cool with the employer making these rules for us beyond employment? The Grizzly season is over, right? We're not talking about how he's got to go play basketball tomorrow. They're done.
Absolutely. No, I agree. There's definitely a line, but you still know who you are, what you represent. You're under contract. When you're out and you're seen, you represent us. So they're well within their right to do. You're going, like, he's not going to face any legal ramifications, of course, because he didn't do nothing illegal.
Suspension is what people are throwing around. Do you think that this two incidents, as silly as we might think they are, and trust me, we are in agreement, not the smartest move the man's ever made.
Facts.
But a year suspension, do you think that is warranted?
I don't think it's warranted, because I don't think nobody's going to touch him for that amount of time anyway. So really, like, if you're the Grizzlies, you can just cut him, and it'll be a little while before somebody signs him, because nobody's going to want to touch that.
I don't know if that is this. I don't know if you put Ja Morant, I would say arguably a top 20 player in the league at this point. I know he didn't make an all pro. Yeah, like he's a very good basketball player, and he's not even in his prime yet. So I think if they chose to take to that extreme, which, I mean, crazier things have been done in professional sports, I think he'd be on somebody's team in the next couple weeks. I don't know if he'll have the same money and endorsements. I think they're going to hit his pockets, which, hey man, that's what comes with it.
You're making it easier for them to hold you.
100% true. But again,
I can't sign you for what you're worth, because you got a lot of stuff on you, but I can sign you for a quarter of that and we'll be good.
Sure, and I think that's what he needs to understand, that is what he's doing for himself when he starts to put this type of image of himself into the world. But I'm not gonna dogpile on a 23-year-old that doesn't quite get it yet, because I've been 23.
Did you flash guns?
I would say
on Instagram?
I was a much more.
So let's take it on another, like, so let's not mention the NBA in it. All right, let's not talk about the NBA and the ramifications and the consequences from the NBA. Let's take it to the street side of it. Everybody know you don't need a flash unless you're about to use it.
I would agree with that.
Huh?
I would agree with that, but not today, though. That's not the way these kids move.
You ever lived in Jackson? They let the motherfuckers go. Point blank period. They let them go.
But they also brandish them when it's NBA.
Some do, some don't. Okay, but even with that, you that's still the rule. Don't flash it if you're not prepared to use it.
That might be the mature way of thinking. You shouldn't pull that thing out if you're not.
That's not the mature way. Like you saying, that's the street way of thinking. That's just knowing.
No, it is not. In 2023, these kids, when NBA YoungBoy comes on, I see kids across the country, toy gun, fake gun, prop gun. That's part of what they do. That's part of their thing. That's their.
And that ends up bringing it to a whole nother conversation. Like, where's the OGs at? Like, nah. Like, and I'm not even saying, oh, well, OGs come and show them the right way and put them on a straight path. No, the OGs need to be like, hey, listen, don't pull it out unless you're ready to use it.
I don't understand. He doesn't even come from that. Like, from what I've seen, his parents raised a middle-class family. They did the best they could. They raised a solid young man, and he wants to participate in what his age group is what they deem as fun. Do I agree that? No, I don't. But NBA has really, he's had an impact on the culture for sure.
No, that's a fact. But I don't blame NBA. Like once again, I don't blame NBA.
It's a blame. It's the
I
same
listen to a lot
Cardi
of rap
B.
music. I listen to Jay. He talked about selling drugs, and that's not my thing. I never
Some
got on
people
my
took it to
phone.
heart though.
Yeah, but he
Some
also
people
said
did take it to
Hov did
heart.
that, so hopefully you don't have to go through that. So what you saying? I'm not giving them that pass, bro. Because if
pass, that's not intended to be a pass. But I think
it's used as a pass. Oh, it's the rap music. No, it's that individual's fault. He's doing dumb stuff.
I agree with that. This was not smart, but I will say that these things have an impact. Number one, and that's my smaller point. My bigger point is let the punishment fit the crime. We're not going to start. We're not going to
That's not
start
a bad punishment. If they're talking about a year,
suspension, I think
yeah.
that
If they talk, I don't know because that's your second offense. I think it was your first offense. That's your second one. Is the second one you got suspended for? What do you get suspended for? Like 6 games or something like that? It might have been a little bit more, but he got suspended. Yeah, he got suspended for a few games, which was a little slap on the wrist. And
lost like what 36 M's or something like that though.
He lost some bread.
It was something crazy.
And then you come right back and say, "I'm gonna do it again." And his home, apparently I seen someone that said his friend like kind of realized what happened and tried to turn the camera off him real quick. But today I was listening to the radio. I was listening to the Ricky Smiley Morning Show, and they were saying, "Well, this is the same friend who got kicked out the arena that's always with him, causing trouble, but he's not making him take the gun out and wave it in the camera."
So the friend doesn't have any. I'm not trying to absolve John Morant, but these factors around him, you're taking NBA's music and you're taking it way too close to heart. You got people around you who don't understand your life situation. Like these things are factors, and they are contributing to you making bad decisions.
I'm just saying, bro. Like clearly you didn't learn the lesson. You need that year to learn, like to really learn the lesson to bring it home. Like first of all, how dangerous it is to begin with. Like like somebody, what if they're gonna accidentally discharge?
Because
but I've seen that happen.
But we
people
could play
showing their guns on. No, it's not what if. I've seen it happen. Remind me, I'll send you the video.
Things happen, but
exactly. So I'm just saying that's why it's stupid, because these are things that could happen.
But we will punish him for what did happen. And what happened is...
So what happened is you did it the first time. You did it the first time. We suspended you. You apologized, and then came back and did it right away.
And to your point, content detrimental to our organization is spot on. The Memphis Grizzlies do not want to be represented by a gun-toting gangster. That's what you are trying to portray. And I understand that, and that is their right to do that. I think there's pushback when, number one, that employer-employee line, I don't like crossing that. And number two, I don't, the punishment's got to fit the crime, man. You can't be like...
Why doesn't the punishment fit the crime?
I mean, what is I would say if he was, I don't know how much the first time was, but if the first time was 20, I'd take away half the season. 82 games, you got 41 you're not going to play. That's fair.
Hell no. And do you feel like he'll learn from that? No, hell no. Go ahead and give him a year off. We're going to let you sit down.
Nah, I don't
and clearly losing $32 million or whatever it was, that didn't... Yeah, I don't know. I think...
the punitive punishment, because clearly you're talking about sitting out a year. I mean, how much money is enough? I think if all of those millions that he lost initially weren't enough to just be like, yo, I don't want to touch guns again, because that would be my mentality. I'm sure it would be yours. After I lost a few millions, I'd have been like, yo, nobody around me can have a gun, period. If you're around me, you better not have a gun. We have security for that.
And even if, like I said, and I heard somebody else say this too, even if you like guns, like, oh, I want to collect, blah, 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 you still don't have to show them off like that in the car listening to Youngboy. And I don't blame Youngboy.
I don't blame him either, but I think that is part of their maturation. That's 20-year-olds. That's what they're doing. They're doing the gritty. They got the little, what is that little thing they be doing? That's like they got a thing, man. We had things when we were 22, 23 years old. We had things.
Going around flashing a gun.
These people what you was going around doing.
I wasn't 20 years old. I wasn't 23 years old then. Okay. I mean, old Bridge is on here. You could tell, you know. I wasn't there, but old Bridge, you could talk about what people used to do.
I don't know. I just work here.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because I wasn't there, but I know what used to happen, but I wasn't there. Okay, so yeah. So yeah, we're not gonna. I can see we're not gonna agree on that one right there at all. I feel like that's an idiotic way to defend them. You need your time off.
I agree. You saying so a year is okay with you? Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
In the third strike, you know I love baseball.
You done. Basketball for you.
He playing Taiwan. Okay, yeah. Go play in Russia or something.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Hey, he like guns anyway. Fuck it. Go fight a war. I'm just saying, and I will say this.
Charleston White said that. Charleston White said, "Send his ass over there, let him play with guns." Yeah,
I didn't hear him say that. Damn, I done said something Charleston White said.
Yeah, he'd be really bugging. No, again, there's a 20. The other point I want to make is, I know that he's a grown man, but I know what my mindset was when I was 23. And I think when he was 21, 22, nobody just handed me multi-million dollars and said, "Hey, man, hope you got this figured out. Go ahead."
And that's a conversation to be had because these kids are young and then all of a sudden they're multi-millionaires. But
not a pass, but it's hard to navigate.
It's definitely hard to navigate, and that's why, I think they should do a better job prepping for, what's to come.
Deion bringing in Brittany Renners, and he's trying to talk to these college kids about, listen, man, it's one day you're eating in the cafeteria hall, and the next day you're in a Met Gala with all the stars and all the mistakes you want to make. So
that's a fact.
Life comes at you fast, and there can be, I'm not going to say there could be no more of a prepping. I don't necessarily know what the Grizzlies or any of these other professional teams do to prepare these young kids, but, there's obviously a little bit more that could be done.
Yeah, that's a fact. Earlier today, I posted something on the page and asked for a little feedback, see what people felt about it. It was a young lady speaking on men in video games, and she pretty much was like, yo, I don't get it. Like, why do you have to play games? What's that about? And I know a few women like that, like, yo, why you're a grown man? Why are you playing video games? This, that, and the third. I know how we feel, because we're gamers. Like, point blank period, we're gamers. We gonna Madden, Call of Duty it up. So what's your thoughts about that? Well, I'm gonna ask it this way. This is how I'm gonna ask it for you. Yeah. Has it ever been a problem in a relationship or in a situationship or whatever you're in, or you've been in, not in currently, but you've been in? I don't speak about the current situation. No. That's not a shot. That's why I changed to what you've been in.
That's a shot. Okay. I would say that it's been used to open up the box for some other issues. I think it's a small problem that if you wanted to make it a big problem to address something that is the real issue, I would understand that, and I have understood that and been in that situation in the past. My simple take on it is video games and the relationship, and as far as balancing that out and being a grown man, and why you want to create a character of yourself.
Nigga, that's what she said. They make people that you think you look like this, you think you look like your avatar, because your avatar, that's not you, and blah blah blah.
Yeah, she was clowning. She was clowning, but I think it is for men. I think for us, it's a stress reliever. But the bigger question is there's got to be balance, right? Duality is one of my biggest talents, and so for me, as my guys know, we played games for a long time, and then there was there was some years where I wasn't on the game because there was other things going on in my life, and I just wasn't on the game. So I think for dudes that anything in excess becomes a problem.
Facts.
So if you are on the game and your kids need food, or if you're on the game and you're not working or you're not, like, those things, all right, now it's a problem. But if, you work all day and I'll tell you the biggest issue I had with it, and then you give me your take. It was once a significant other or a woman that I'm dealing with goes to bed and I'm not ready to go to bed, and I'm like, okay, go to bed, I'm going to go play the game. That's when it was like, to me, like, all right, you're making a problem out of nothing. You're about to go to bed. What's the problem with me going to play the game?
No,
I've had that issue in the past.
And that's a fact. And like I said, currently my queen supports my habit. Like she just bought me an elite controller. She's bought me games. Now I think about it, she bought me my Series X Xbox that I play now. So that's not an issue of ours. I think, like I said, it's more than just it's our water cooler. Like, we get on the headset, chop it up with the fellas. We all live miles away. We don't always sit there and talk on the phone via, group chat or whatever. So sometimes we get on the game. That's when we chop it up. We work our way through real life stuff. Honestly, like some of us have been through breakups on the headset, loss of family members, changing of jobs, birth of kids. Like, it's just the headset be. You shouldn't be on the same. That's not true.
Madden game.
You shouldn't be on the same game for more than 2 hours. That's not true. Because you don't know what I'm working through mentally. Like, example, yesterday I found out an older guy that I coach kids with. I found out he passed on that. And, of course I let her know, and I told her it happened, and she's like, oh. And I just sat there and turned the game on it. Sometimes it lets me escape the reality. One time I heard Ed Lover talk about giving people money on the street that may be buying drugs, and he's like, you don't know what reality they're trying to escape, so don't judge them for it. You don't, let's say I have to contribute to it, but you don't know what reality they're trying to escape. You don't know what I have going in my head that day that I need to just chill, and that allows me to blank out for a while. Chopping it up with my fellas for a few hours allows me to clear my mind.
Vices. I think if you have a significant other and their vice is the video game and that's y'all biggest problem, then I'd say y'all have a pretty good relationship.
Especially if business is still being handled, you're still getting the attention you need. Hell, some of you may say too much attention to your significant other is bad.
It depends on who you are.
Hold on, you have to face your realities. The problem is that people don't want to take these on for that. No, that's not true. So I can face my realities, or I will face my realities, or that allows me to clear my head to face my reality. So I use the example of my another coach passing. When I wake up tomorrow, that's not going to change the fact that he passed. So either way, I got to face that reality. When I went to work today, he's still not here. So I still have to face that reality. But in that moment last night, it gave me time to just let everything else settle down and clear my head. So I don't know why there's so many issues with that. If you ladies, I'm gonna say this, ladies or fellas, if you feel like your significant other is playing the game too much, get a controller, play with them. Yeah, find you something to do. I don't go rock climbing.
Leave the relationship.
Oh, get the fuck up out of here.
I'm thinking, I've heard this argument before, and so like I said, I always think about what is the worst thing. You're not gonna love everything about your partner, right? I think it's finding okay, what are the flaws, and are there things are those things something I can live with? Can I compromise with that?
That's
right. So I mean, the grass ain't always greener. So, you in the house, you got a cat, dude that likes to play video games, and then you walk out thinking I'm going to find some attention and find something you don't really want to play with.
Exactly. So, as far as games go, I can sit and play a game for 2 hours. I can sit and play a game for 6 hours. Am I paying my bills is the first question. Am I still treating you like a queen is another question. Are the kids okay? That's another question. So the worst thing I do is every once in the blue moon play because I'll be honest. Like I said, as much as I love my lady, sometimes I don't want to sit up and talk to you.
Ooh.
Sometimes, most times, we go to sleep together, we wake up together. When we go places, we ride together, we grocery shop together, we pay bills together. We eat together, we do a lot of things together. So every once in a while, I just want to you do your thing, get on the laptop, be creative at this moment, or because my other vice is blasting music on the turntables and not giving a damn who I wake up. So which one you prefer me to do? So
we all have vices.
Yeah,
so
we always have to have something to just get on. So and for the women that have that question, oh, why do you have to play the game? What's your advice? That becomes the question. What's your advice? What do you do that's your getaway? And did you ever ask, well, do I like or am I okay with what you're doing to quote unquote get away? Huh? Exactly. I understand that you need to do that. Long as it's not, breaking our bank account with, random shopping. Hey, go for
it. To me, it's a silly argument, but
talk to us instead. But if I talk to you on a regular basis.
Ain't much so much talking to a person.
Yeah. Yeah, so shorty, that was on the thing. I'm explaining it to you.
This is assuming that you are handling your relationship business. So we have talked.
Exactly.
I know about what you did today, what you liked, what you didn't like, the homegirl that pissed you off at the job, right? We've already chopped all that business up.
Or it could be maybe I'm so emotional at that moment and I got so many emotions raging through me, I need to play the game and chill for a minute before I lash out. And now you're like, oh, well, you have an attitude. You yelled. Yeah, I had a lot of shit going on. So I played the game. I yelled at the TV, and now I'm done. And it's like, all right, so this is what's going on. Yeah, I love my friends. My friends are fun. My friends are fun. Somebody said, y'all find any excuse to play with your friends. Yeah, I love my friends. My friends are fun. I haven't seen my best friend in person in, what, 2, 3 years? 4 years. 4 years. So if we want to chop it up over the headset, I don't have no issue with that. And, and then if you do have that much of an issue with it, because I don't knock it. I don't knock your preference. Everybody allowed to have preferences. Then don't date someone that plays games. Like I said, I'm in a situation where my lady don't mind. She'll let me know when I may be doing a little too much, and we'll adjust. Like, okay, my bad. I didn't realize I was on that much, but we'll adjust, and I got
you. Wrap this thing up.
But to say, oh well, just stop playing the game. Oh well, you with the wrong brother if you think that's gonna happen.
And I don't play it. I don't play it too much. Like I try to get my efficient sleep. Right? As long as I'm not hurting myself, or our relationship is taking a hit for the game, then
exactly.
I don't see much.
I mean, and it depends on. It also depends on why it. Let's say my relationship is taking a hit for the game. Am I really playing too much to the fact that where I'm neglecting you and your needs? If the answer is no to that, oh, then fuck out of here. Fuck out of here.
That's one way to look at it, man. That's one way to look at it.
I mean, but that's just my feelings on it. I'm not knocking, I'm not knocking a queen that, don't like a brother that play the game because, hey, that's your preference.
I'm not trying to force my lifestyle on anyone.
Yeah, that's your preference. So go find the person who doesn't play the game, or maybe they do cocaine and that's how they blow steam. I don't know. You got to pick, because they're gonna have some way to blow off steam. Everybody needs to. If they don't have a way to blow off steam, then you get situations like Chris Benoit, and you don't want that.
So I don't think people know, but look it up.
Yeah, a lot.
And there's a lot of people, suffering from all type of mental health disease. And I think in this day and age, that's something that we harp on so much. So in a world where the economy's tanking, politicians are nuts, there's wars.
That's something I can control. I can control the little man on the TV.
Yeah. If you can find some solace in a video game, brothers or sisters, because they're all female gamers now. Let's not get that twisted as well. There are females who out there who really get busy on the game. That's what they do. That's their vice. So
I'm gonna answer this and then I'm gonna be done. Because the comments say y'all be wanting to teach your girl how to play the game with you. No, my lady knows how to play the game, but that's not the time. Once we lock in, once we in there, that is not the time to be girly and cute and babe, look at this. No, we got a mission. We gotta go. 5. We got a mission. Hey.
That's a great point, though. I've played together in past relationships. No, you're not going to get on the Madden or the Call of Duty or the 2K franchise. You're not going to be in that circle. But once I'm done with this, me and you are going to play Batman Lego. We're going to play Indiana Jones Lego, and I've done that.
Call of Duty. Right now,
Yeah,
she's working on
seriously.
shooting bots. What we
Playing
gonna do
seriously
there?
though.
We're
Yeah,
gonna start doing missions together. Watch.
But that's
I
the
mean, she
point.
probably
Is
won't play Madden because all right. So the issue with all right. So Call of Duty I can teach you because we can do a mission or whatever. Now, when it comes to Madden, I'm super competitive. So once they feel like, you remember one time in high school we was teaching a girl how to play Madden. Listen.
I don't remember.
And she messed around and broke a touchdown with Jerome Bettis. That's who broke the touchdown, Jerome Bettis.
I'd run too.
Huh? Yeah, it was a long run, and it was like, and I don't even think she realized what she did.
But it was funny though, and it got yeah.
It pissed me off because
Yeah,
I take that serious.
It got a little weird.
I mean, they learn how to play Madden today. You know, when your significant other not around, turn the game, start in practice mode. This what does this because that's how we learn. That's how we learn. Yeah, you know.
We learned by getting thrashed straight up.
Yeah, exactly. So
I learned by getting thrashed. That's how I got good.
yeah, so no, so yeah, let's wrap this up. I don't even know what to wrap this up on. This was
Pick a topic and talk to the people about it. I can go first if you want.
no. I'll go first. and get it out the way. No. So shout out to if that does go through. Shout out to 50, Shaq, and what is it? Kenya Barris. Shout out to them on buying BET. I think BET definitely needs a new look, and that'll be fire. That'll be fire. As far as hey, bro, just make better decisions. Like I said, of course you didn't do anything illegal, and I'm happy no one was hurt in this situation. But bro, you're a multi-million man. You're a multi-million-dollar man. If you want to wave guns in a video that on the camera that much, shoot a music video. Ask one of these rappers, can you be in a video with them? I'm sure they'll love it. So, I'm not, just be smart, move different, bro. You got too much money and too many cameras on you, and his friends around him. Hey, y'all, man, y'all make sure he got the strap on. Just keep your phones down. Make sure we got to keep people around us that'll protect us from ourselves sometimes, and that's really what that comes to. So help him protect himself if you're around him. Hey, brother, make smaller decisions. I'm not judging you for it that much. I'm judging you a little bit, but yeah. Yeah. And ladies, or fellas, if your ladies are gaming, let them play their game. They're gonna circle back to you. Y'all gonna be good. Y'all gonna go on y'all date. Y'all gonna do what y'all do. Y'all gonna parlay. Y'all gonna kick it. Just give him as many to play his game and decompress. He's not doing heroin or nothing like that. He's just playing the game. So yeah, that's all I got.
I would say the overarching wrap up for me for this ADP tonight with the family would be, let's just continue to have conversations about the things going on around us. I think there's a lot of stuff that we see in the news, and I think people feel their ways and then have their opinions. But let's be willing to listen to the other side, listen to what other people have to say. Let's make sure we know what's going on out here in the world that we're living in, and let's continue to try to push our society forward so that we all can have an equitable spot in the America that all them old folks wrote about in the Constitution and what it was supposed to be, right? I think as we continue to push this thing forward, we see the world getting crazier and crazier. So take care of yourself and take care of each other.
Shout out to the Mississippi Lady Panthers. We the number one seed going to the playoffs. Subscribe to W Score so you can watch our playoff games June 8th and June 10th. If you win on the 8th, shout out to us, man.
Catch us on all streaming platforms tomorrow.
That's a fact. All streaming platforms. If we ain't on your streaming platform, holler at us. We'll make sure we get there.
No doubt. And on that note, this podcast is all done.
All done. Love.